Yo, 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 what's up with it? It's your boy, Miggetty Maine, and I got my special guest in the house making like the third or fourth appearance. This is the fourth appearance.
You already know.
Stax on Stax 209 and Evil Queen 209. Let's make some noise.
Hello.
It's about time we came back. You know we had to come back for this new season of the Gold Rush Radio.
Yes, and I thank you for coming.
Oh, yes,
Tell
of
me
course.
What's going on in the world of Stax? Last time I saw you, we were at the Club Tropicana.
Yes,
the
we were.
Footage is up, everybody. So
yes,
go
sir.
Check that out.
Yes, sir.
Since then, what's been going on?
I've been alive. You know what I mean? Just trying to stay alive. You know, working on an album right now. Well, I got an EP and an album I'm working on. I dropped the mixtape since then. I dropped the single on iTunes, which is called Pain. It's only 99 cents, which is cheaper than a bag of chips. So go get that on iTunes. It's distributed by Def Jam. So go get that.
You might have to repeat that because I don't. That's big right there, and I don't think that's like registering.
Yeah, it's like
no. You said it was distributed by Sewer or Shell, Chevron?
Def Jam.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, you get that first little check that says Def Jam, you know what I mean, on it, and you know what I mean, and it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling just to even get a song out there.
Right.
You know, like it's real good. I mean, it didn't do hundreds and thousands of units, you know what I mean? I was happy with it, you know what I mean? I was like, if I sell one, that means that one person out there came. If they didn't have iTunes, they downloaded it, you know what I mean? Took time to search it and buy it, you know what I mean? So I was happy with one sale. I'm glad I did more than that. So yeah, we're good.
All right. So Miss Eriana, what are your thoughts on Stax on Stax and the whole Def Jam distribution, the single Pain? What are your thoughts on this? How are you feeling?
I feel.
No, don't give me the shot.
What? No, I'm not.
Come on.
Let me breathe. Let me take a moment. No. Very great accomplishment for him. A lot of people, you know, that's what they live for, to put something on iTunes, and he did it, and, you know, we both played a part in doing that. I'm very proud of him. That's like big accomplishment, and, you know, he's setting examples for other people and stuff like that. Although he did write part of the song about me.
He got a song about you, yeah, because you don't seem to let that go.
It's publicity. I mean, whatever.
It's the truth, too.
It's the
you know what I mean?
No,
like,
yeah, and that's why when he told me about it, I laughed. I didn't care, and people are like, "Oh my God, you let him put that out?" Yes. Why? It's the truth. I'm not gonna lie. It's something I did. Oh well.
And it's something I take pride in. You know what I mean? Like, I don't lie in my music. I don't. I'm not over here rapping about cars and money and all that. I don't do that because of the fact that I don't have the big amount of it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not out here driving Maseratis talking about I'm in 2-story houses with spiral staircases. You know what I mean? Like, no. And you hear a lot of that.
Be proud of the one story with the roaches that you got.
Exactly. See, and about the roaches thing, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like, I grew up with that, you know what I mean? Like, I hated that so much, you know what I mean? That, like, I used to, like, remember the routes of my house so I wouldn't have to turn on the lights. You know what I mean? Like, I knew where the kitchen was. I knew where the kitchen was without turning on the lights because I would study it because I didn't want to see him. You know what I mean? Like, I went into the bathroom. I knew exactly where the toilet was because I didn't want to see him. So, you know, like, and then that's where a lot of people don't get it from. You know what I mean? Like, people want to be like, Stax ain't this, Stax ain't he ain't from the hood, blah, blah, blah. You don't gotta be a gangster to come from the hood. You don't gotta sell dope to come from the hood. Right. Everybody has their story. You know what I mean? Everybody has their story, and don't. You know what I mean? And it's like a lot of judgmental stuff. You know what I mean? That I gotta deal with all the time. You know what I mean? Because I don't sag, I don't wear baggy clothes. So what? You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to show off my figure.
Different structure.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so let's talk about the showcase that you put on. Because I noticed recently you put up a post on the Facebook. I guess it's been accusations about where the money is going.
Yeah, man.
So I just want to talk about that for a minute. And then I also want to talk about, you know, like, is it people biting your style?
Oh, yeah. Well, first of all, with the showcase thing is I'm putting together these showcases that let local artists, younger local artists, or even older ones, whoever wants to do it, but mainly targeting like the people who don't have the name yet. You know what I mean? Who's trying to get exposure. I get 10 artists, okay, and I give them. They go out there and perform. They bring their fans, whatever. We got a panel of 3 judges who pick the top 3 out of the 10, and then we let the crowd pick. You know what I mean? I don't pick. I don't judge. You know what I mean? Nothing. I'm just there hosting this show and putting it together. The whole thing is I charge these artists $20. 20. 2 10s, 4 5s. You know what I mean?
However you want to split it up. 20 singles.
Exactly.
That's how you got to.
You know what I mean? Like $20 to get a 7-minute set at a show that gets packed. I mean, that place goes wall to wall. The first one you were there, it was all right.
Okay.
Second one got bigger. Third one was the biggest. This last one was crazy, which was like my birthday bash too. You know what I mean? I didn't promote it as that. You know what I mean? But the club got worried that it was my birthday, so they were like, "Let's throw a Stax birthday bash." That place was wall to wall, like, you know what I mean? And you know, like, we done had like artists like from the Illa Gang, Threat. You know what I mean? Threat, which a lot of people don't know about him, but a lot of people do. You know what I mean? He's a Mexican artist from out here. You go to his Facebook fan page, he got 8,000 likes. You go to his music videos on YouTube, he has 1 million views. You know what I mean? Like, this guy got more views than like a song by Kendrick Lamar out there. You know what I mean? And this guy is a local artist. You know what I mean? And when he came, you had, like, I realized that there's locals, like, celebrities. Girls were coming up to the club like, is Threat here yet?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like at 8, like at 9:30. The club opens at 9, you know what I mean? Nobody gets there till 11. You know what I mean? These people, you know, like, so that gave a chance for everybody to see that he's somebody, you know what I mean? He won the competition, you know, and, like, I just like to see that, like, our first winner was Blue Chanel as a girl group. Okay. They're dope.
Shout out Blue Chanel.
Yeah, you know. Second one was The Movement, which is incredible on them. You know, so they have a following. You know what I mean? And a lot of people
hearing that name a lot. Incredible.
Yeah. And then Witch, though, after reviewing the tape, I guess that I'll take it back. Illa Gang, honestly, hold up, we're gonna do this politics thing. Yeah, I reviewed the tape. And I seen the, you know what I mean? It was a thing of the, I picked over the crowd, you know, when response. Okay. At the moment, I felt that they took it, you know what I mean? Because the crowd did go crazy. But like, you know, reviewing the footage and all that, I guess some stuff happened. You know, I guess some stuff happened that where, you know what I mean, where it ended up being Illa Gang who had the loudest thing, but. You know what I mean? It happens sometimes. You know what I mean? It happens. You can't call it 100%. Yeah, I mean, look at the Seahawk game. You know what I mean? You can't do it. You know, but, and then, so the last one that just won was Threat. And I see everybody who's won that since then has the popularity has took off. And I'll never want credit for it. Right. Ever. You know what I mean? Don't even thank me. These artists, some of them do, some of them don't. And I'll leave it as that. You know what I mean? Like, we take it. I let, you know, some people thought Sosa threw it, you know, because I let him host with me. Okay. You know, which is fine. I don't care. You know what I mean? Even Sosa's coming up to me like, yo, they didn't even thank you. Like, I don't want it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm glad that they just got it. Right. They win $100 cash and some fans. And then artists are complaining about paying $20. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, come on, bro. Like, even if you don't win, the exposure you're getting is worth that $20. Because you're spending $20 on a bottle, taking a picture on Facebook, which ain't nobody paying attention to. You know what I mean? But you can pay $20 at a club to get exposure to help your career, and you don't want to do that? Like, come on.
On Facebook with the quotation, I'm going in.
I'm going in, or leaning, I'm sipping on something, I ain't tripping off nothing. You know, like, ain't nobody even, you know, like, go, if you're a rapper, invest in your career. That's the best thing you could do. There's too much rappers out here in Stockton. If you're not investing, you're not going to get noticed. That simple. There's about 1 million rappers. On my block, there's like 10. Wow. And they're all like 14-year-old kids who are coming for your spot. Right. You know what I mean? So it's like that. You know what I mean? It's survival of the fittest out here. And if you ain't investing, then you ain't going to, honestly, you can't be seen.
And it doesn't even take that much.
Right. It doesn't.
It doesn't even take that
much.
much.
I'm going to be completely honest. I'm going to break down to you my budget on how I got my thing on iTunes and everything.
Okay, hold that 1 second.
Okay. Okay, all right, cool.
We gonna listen to Stax. He gonna school y'all on how he got his thing going, all right?
Yeah.
All listening to the Gold Rush Show, and my guest today is Stax on Stax 209 and Evil Queen 209.
Yes, sir.